Oh, hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode, let's talk about 2021 Merida Scultura Endurance 7000E road bike. As you see, it's a mouthful of bike names, but at certain bike manufacturers and for certain models, they just like this mouthful of bike names. But before we start, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and click that little bell icon because it's gonna help in growing the channel. If you are already a subscriber, then thank you. So, as I was saying, let's talk about the 2021 Merida Scultura Endurance 7000E bike. So, I will first answer the question, who is this bike for? So, as the name suggests, this is an endurance road bike from Merida. So, you definitely have to think about it as the more relaxed geometry, long days in the saddle, and the smooth ride. So if you are in the market for this type of the bike, then definitely check the Merida Scultura Endurance range. Of course, if you want more, stiff and light bikes, climbing bikes, then you should just check the Merida Scultura range. And I have done a few of the videos for the 2021 Merida Scultura range. When you think about the price for this bike, the retail price for the bike is 3,500 British pounds or approximately $4,500 US with the current exchange rate, so absolutely not a cheap bike, but it's a very good offering from Merida, and with just a little bit of tweaking the price, meaning negotiating the price, you will absolutely get an amazing value for money. So I will say it immediately, I truly believe you need to go to your local Merida bike dealer, you need to negotiate the price of this bike, be nice, negotiate nicely, and if you are in the UK, I would target the price of approximately 3,100 British pounds. If you can get it down to 3,000, amazing, absolutely go for it. If you are in the US, I would target the price of $4,000 US. Again, if you can get it to 3,900, absolutely amazing. I have to say that, as you probably know, I'm a big fan of Merida Bikes. Merida is a super famous bike manufacturer headquartered in Taiwan. They control the whole production of carbon fiber frames and forks, everything from the raw material to the finished product. And as you already know, Taiwan is the center of the super quality carbon fiber frames and forks production. So Merida and Giant, in my opinion, dominate these industries and they really do cool stuff. But let's dive in and let's see what do you get for your hard-earned money. I will kick off with the paint scheme. So you have two paint scheme choices, but this will definitely depend on your local market. So on some markets, the local Merida bike dealers might limit you on only one paint scheme. So you have this very classical, I would call it metallic gray with a hint of black, which is just boring in my opinion, and I would just skip it. Hopefully on your local market you can order this beautiful metallic blue with a hint of black. This is a pretty classic paint scheme, very nicely done, and I would definitely go for this paint scheme. So now let's look at the specifications of this bike, and I will kick off with the frame and the fork. So you see, you will get a carbon fiber Scultura Endurance frame, CF3 carbon fiber, and the same thing goes for the fork. So this is the CF3 level carbon fiber fork. So in Merida's production, their top levels of carbon fiber, this lightest, stiffest carbon fibers can go up to these levels of CF4. But for this endurance range, this CF3 is the creme de la creme that you can get. So absolutely, you are getting a top-notch carbon fiber frame. Also keep in mind that the carbon fiber frame comes with a lifetime warranty and the carbon fiber fork comes with the 5 years warranty from Merida. Absolutely top-notch equipment, no cutting corners here. I will just mention a few more small details, that this frame and the fork, of course, internal cable routing, 12mm through axles both front and back, and this is a press fit bottom bracket BB86 standard. And also it's good to notice that you can fit up to 35mm tires on this bike, or if you want to use the fenders, which is also good on these frames, you can fit 32mm tires. So absolutely top notch, no cutting corners, as I said. When it comes to the braking performance on this bike, you will get a superb Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes. You already know I'm a big fan of Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes, and this is with the Shimano's RT800 braking rotors front and back, and all these rotors front and back are 160mm braking rotors. Absolutely no cutting corners here. When it comes to some smaller pieces, for example, handlebar and the stem. For the handlebar, this is Merida's own production, Merida Expert. This is an aluminum handlebar. And similar stuff goes for the stem, Merida's own production, Merida Expert, stem, aluminum stem again. Perfectly fine pieces. If you really want in the future, you might upgrade to some of the carbon fiber pieces. But out of the box, I just wouldn't bother. I would really use these pieces for many years, and then maybe sometimes in the future upgrade. When it comes to the shifting performance on this bike, you are getting again superb electronic groups. This is Shimano's Ultegra Di2 electronic groupset, 11-speed groupset, creme de la creme, absolutely superb electronic groupset. And also one good thing here is that they have included on the rear mech this long cage mech, so you can fit the cassette all the way 1134. So Shimano Ultegra Di2, shifters, front mech and rear mech, absolutely no cutting corners in this department. When it comes to the seat post, Merida has included their own production carbon fiber seat post, Merida Expert, 27.2mm diameter. There's a 15mm setback, and always I'm a big fan of carbon fiber seat post just because you are getting more subtle ride and it will soak up some of the smaller road bumps. Seat is the Merida's own production. Saddle, Merida Expert. I have no experience with these Merida saddles. But saddles are always a personal preference. Once when you locate your desired saddle, you find it, please do use it as long as possible. Chain on the bike is KMC X11 chain, perfectly fine chain out of the box, no complaints. If it really bothers you in the future, once when you destroy this chain, maybe you wanna upgrade and you wanna move to the Shimano Ultegra level chain, but you can always stick with this KMC X11. Crankset on the bike, superb Shimano Ultegra crankset. This is 50-34 chain rings, and of course the crank length will depend on the size of the frame. So for example, if you are using a large frame, this will be 175mm for the crank. Also keep in mind that the cassette is superb 1134 Shimano's HG700 cassette. So this HG700, it is the Shimano 105 level cassette. So maybe again, once when you destroy this cassette, if it really bothers you, you can move to the Shimano Ultegra level cassette. But trust me, Shimano 105 cassette, perfectly fine, and especially because this is 1134 cassette paired with the 50-34 chain rings. So absolutely you have no excuses in attacking those steep mountains with this combination. Bottom bracket is a press fit bottom bracket, Shimano standard BB72 or press fit 86.5, whatever you want to call it. Should be perfectly fine. Merida has a lot of experience in making good quality carbon fiber frames with good tolerances around the bottom bracket area, and this is the key for the press fit bottom brackets. You just need to have good tolerances around the bottom bracket area, and then everything works fine. Now we come to the wheelset. I'm so glad that Merida has included DT Swiss wheelset. This is DT Swiss P1850 wheelset. I would call it almost like a bread and butter from DT Swiss aluminum wheelsets. Of course, 12mm through axles both front and back, 23mm rim height, 18mm inner width. This is for the center lock disc brakes, and it is tubeless ready. But as I see here, Merida will give you the tubeless tape, but the tubeless valves you will need to provide. So now if we quickly just jump to the DT Swiss website to see a bit more details about this wheelset. Total weight, so front and rear, is 1,670 grams approximately, but this will be, without the tubeless tape and the tubeless valve, so you can add another, let's call it like 50 grams. So competitive weight, nothing special in the weight department, but DT Swiss produces top-notch wheel sets. They are my favorite wheelset manufacturer, and if you have the chance, definitely always choose DT Swiss. So you are getting this DT Swiss P1800 out of the box. So 1,670 grams in total, approximately the weight. Keep in mind that there's a weight limit on this wheelset of 120 kilograms, so that means the rider weight plus the bike weight plus any equipment that you are carrying. As I said, rim material is aluminium. Out of the box you will get it with, of course, clincher type with the inner tube type, and some other details that I mentioned. Rim height is 23mm, and the hubs on this wheelset are again superb DT Swiss 370 hubs, 12mm through axles front and back for the center lock disc system, and these are the 3-pole system DT Swiss hubs. DT Swiss hubs are again creme de la creme. This 370 DT Swiss hub, superb choice. When it comes to the spokes and the nipples, everything from DT Swiss Aero spokes, and DT Swiss Pro nipples. And as I said, out of the box it will come with the tubeless tape, but you will just need to provide the tubeless valves with your local bike shop, and then you can convert it into tubeless. This wheelset is wrapped in the Continental Grand Prix 4-season tires, and out of the box you are getting 32C tires. Superb, huge air volume, soft ride, everything that you need in your endurance ride. So when you destroy these tires, I would personally stick with, again, Continental tires in the 32mm, or if you really want to go a bit wider, you can, a little bit more wider, but 32mm is totally fine. Or you can switch to any other tire manufacturers, because there's so many good tire manufacturers now. For example, you can go to Pirelli, you can go to Goodyear, Michelin, Schwalbe, so many good tires out there now. And total weight of the bike in size medium is 8.37 kilograms. I would suggest that in size large, which is probably going to be the most popular size, the bike weight is probably going to be 8.6 kilograms, which is still a competitive bike weight in this segment of endurance road bikes. I can't say anything special, it's not one of the lightest, but all other manufacturers are on these similar levels. So, in a summary, as you see, I'm a big fan of Merida Scultura Endurance range for your relaxed long days in the saddle endurance rides, with the retail price of £3,500 British pounds or $4,500 approximately. But I strongly believe you need to negotiate this price. Target would be, in my opinion, approximately 15% discount. Then the value for money is really, really good. So you will get a superb carbon fiber frame and fork from Merida. This is their CF3 level carbon fiber. Lifetime warranty on the frame, 5 years warranty on the carbon fiber fork. You will also get a full Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set, shifters, front mech, rear mech, crankset is Shimano Ultegra, chain is from the KMC, and the cassette is a beautiful 1134 Shimano 105 cassette. Absolutely no cutting corners in the drivetrain department. When it comes to the braking performance, this is superb Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes, 160mm rotors both front and back, Shimano's famous RT800 rotors, again top-notch equipment, no cutting corners here. Wheelset, again superb choice, DT Swiss P1800, a classical aluminum wheelset from DT Swiss with superb DT Swiss 370 hubs. Approximate weight of this wheelset is 1,670 grams, and it is tubeless ready, and this wheelset is wrapped in Continental tires. Some smaller pieces like the handlebar and the stem, aluminum pieces from Merida, and also you will get a carbon fiber seat post from Merida. So all in all, a very interesting offering from Merida. If you are in the market for this endurance bike, definitely check Merida Scultura Endurance range. And I truly believe that this is gonna be it for today. If you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you're always notified when I make a new video. And as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Pura Vida!